guys. This is gonna be a short video. I hope. I've never done it on my phone before. If you guys joined my channel last time was our first live, and I did it with the whole like laptop setup and camera. But I was ready to go live, and I'm so excited for this live. And well, what I thought was eventually going to happen, happened, unfortunately. Hopefully that stays there. I have to plug my phone in because my phone's almost dead. I wasn't planning on using my phone, but okay, let me show you guys. All right, he almost broke my camera, my very expensive camera. I love him to pieces, but right now, of course, he's just sitting over here being all cute. He knows he gets treats on this table. He was excited to get up on this table and just sit here. Look how good he's being. I mean, hard to be mad at him. But, so this is actually our guest room. This is our bed. And he was just sitting on our guest bed. Don't mind them pillows. Sometimes they get up there and play. Well, I'm in the other room. You can kind of see it. My sewing room's back there where I make all the cool gear. Elsa's sniffing the bed. But he was sitting right on this corner, right? Sitting, waiting, because he can jump on this bed. But the table is just a little too high, and he tried to jump on it, and I should have just put him on the table and did this while I was setting everything up. Lesson learned, because, had him on the corner. My camera's right there. Right, I have all the mics set up. I even got the fancy new cord to directly plug my camera in so that it doesn't die, because it almost died on my last live. And I wanted to go longer than I did the last time. So I got a fancy cord. But the cable that connects to the laptop, right there, is a little short. So, I mean, the laptop doesn't sit like this. It sits like back there. So there's this cord here. I know there's a couple cords, but there's this cord, sorry about that, right here that is, usually it's like this, okay? So it's a good foot off the ground. He's up here, jumps off, and clumsy, clever puppy that he is. Sorry, boy, I know. I love you, I know I do. Yes, I do. He has no idea what I'm talking about. He's just like, treats. I know I get treats, and I sit up here like a good boy. Leaps off the stinking the bed, onto my cable, and I was going to show you guys. Computer turned off, whatever. Taking too long. Luckily, did not break my camera, because it could have easily just knocked this whole thing over straight on his face. Luckily, did not do that. Luckily, did not damage my brand new laptop, but at last, oops, it's not supposed to be like that. Do you see it? I hope you can see that. It's not supposed to do that. So, broke the connector. Luckily, I guess, broke this connector, not the camera, though I don't know for sure until I put a new cord in. So, unfortunately, we're not having much of a live today. So I am going to kind of touch on the subject that I promised you guys, right? Because I thought it was pretty interesting. So I put a poll on YouTube. I don't know if you guys saw it. If you did, or if you're just seeing it now, go vote on it. And maybe next week I'll redo it with more participation. I just put it up like this evening, so it wasn't up for very long. And actually that's, computer turn on please, so I can see what it is. But we're talking about service dogs and like they're working, right? Are they working? How do you tell them that they're working? I can't find a spot at like, maybe like that? Yeah, there you can see puppy. So can we, goodness, tongue-tied. How can we tell our service dogs that working versus playtime, right? So I did a poll to see what you guys think. What do you guys think? What do you do? Because I'll tell you what I do. I'll tell you what I do in a minute. So on YouTube, I posted 2 polls. I posted one on YouTube and one on my Instagram account. By the way, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram. That is K9__ blueprint, and it has the same like icon. You should recognize it. But on YouTube, we had one person vote for vest on means working. It's a very common one, I think. One person vote for the commands I use while working. I would love if you guys do that to show up next live. I would love to talk, kind of chat with you guys. And one, the no working cue at all. The dog acts the same the whole time, right? Which I think some people, when they first start, that makes the most sense, right? Dog just works the same the entire time. Now that question was not on Instagram, because Instagram only allows you to have 4 options. So on Instagram, we had a little bit more votes. So we had 5 people vote for what if their vest or harness is on. Okay. Like I said, that's the most common, I think, is vest on, working, vest off, not working. Then we have one person said certain commands. Again, very curious about what you guys say. And then another 2 people voted for the place that they're at. So the dog knows depending on where they're at. So very curious, right? So for me personally, all right, at first I've done a little bit of each. All right, so at first I've done the vest on and off kind of thing. Now, dogs can catch on to that very well. All right, dogs are pretty like in tune to the gear, and to train that, basically, you put it on, means you're working. Take it off, means you're not working. Stop. 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 Thank you. Lay down. Good job. Don't know why that happened. Sorry. Gosh, where was I? If you guys have tips for this barking problem, I've never had a problem before like this. And it's hard when there's 2 of them. And it's random. Anyway, not our subject. Sorry, I digress. So it's very easy to teach the on-off vest thing. Very easy. And some organizations like Guide Dogs actually use this, and I think this is the best way for them because, one, their harness is the same. They never change. That's where I kind of ran into some trouble, is because I change gear a lot. Sometimes she's wearing a harness, sometimes she's wearing a vest. And not saying they cannot generalize, but it's a little harder, okay? So if you change gear a lot, sometimes they can, sometimes they don't. How do they know a raincoat or just a cold weather coat from their vest? They don't know. So that's why I don't use that one anymore. But some people do. Some people really benefit from that one. And like I was saying, Guide Dogs use that. They even go so far as the vest has to come off before they go to the bathroom. And I think that's really good for Guide Dogs. If you're going to just get one style of vest and that's all you're going to use, it's a good way to do it, I think. I think it's very simple, clear, and it's pretty easy to train because basically vest on, working, vest off, play. And you kind of correct either way, I guess. I mean, you don't correct working when they're playing. You just give them more freedom. And of course, they're going to take more freedom. Anyway, so that one. Now, I had leash on, leash off kind of thing. That was one of them. No one voted for that one because I think that's a little too broad, right? Because what if you just like click your dog's leash on and you want to go through like a sniff walk, just a lazy walk and you're not like walking. Now that's a whole nother topic, I think, for people that only have their dog, like if they're leashed, they are in a heel, that's like only position for them versus kind of more roaming loose leash thing. I kind of started like always heel, and I've kind of moved on to being a little bit more freedom on fun walks versus service walks. And again, different subject. If you guys want to hear about that one, go ahead and comment below. Sorry if I'm shaking the camera too much. Let's see, what else? And then, okay, certain commands. So when I originally posted this, I was thinking maybe people use, say, a different language, right? So maybe you have English commands, that's kind of your normal commands that you use around the house. If you say them a couple times, it's fine. But maybe you use, I don't know, German commands, and that's, you say it, you're on, right? Almost kind of like sport dogs maybe use that mentality. It's kind of what I was thinking. But I was thinking about it some more after I posted it. I'm like, you know what? I kind of do that. I kind of use certain commands. And for me, I have a certain command, right? So I have free. Free means go do whatever you want, okay? Go free, go run, go play, be a goofball. You're not, tied to me. You don't have to be super, like, don't sniff the ground, everything like that. Go free, go run around. That's your release word, right? And then I have, which I typically don't have to use, but I have a word, I say working. And I just, as a reminder, I'm like, if she's being a little goofy, because my actual service dog, bonk, that one, because this one's still in training. He'll learn it, I'm sure. But I will say if she's being a little goofy in the store, a little maybe wanting to say hi to people or other dogs, and she's working so she can't, I will say working. I'll say it kind of that monotone voice. Working. No, we're working. And I kind of, if she refocuses back on me, then I'll give her a couple treats. Of course, when I was training it, right? So basically, you're just reinforcing the behavior. That's how you train these, right? You're reinforcing the behavior you want, you correct the behavior you don't want. As far as the free part, kind of free, do whatever you want, you're more dog, whatever, then you're actually, it's less reinforcement. Does that make sense? I think this is kind of an interesting subject to talk about. But I would like to do more subjects about this. Like this stuff. So the last one, sorry, I had to look over here. I'm like sitting on the table. Like, this is not planned. I'm sorry, guys. The next one will be better. Although we might have to skip next week depending on how fast this cord comes. The last one is the dog just knows where you're at, right? If you're at the park, the dog knows, okay, it's free time. If you go into a store, the dog knows it's working time. And I like this and I don't like this. Because I like this. Because it means your dog can work without gear on, right? Which I think is important. I think a lot of people underestimate that. Personally, I like to work my dog in gear. I think it's a respectful thing to do to label your service dog. But by law, dogs do not need gear. And 2, sometimes it's stinking hot and it's actually healthier for them, cooler for them to not wear gear. And 3, we're human, we forget gear. So it happens, I've done it, even though I prefer to bring gear. Sorry, I'm trying to keep him in the frame and talk at the same time. Ugh. Still mad about that cord. So yeah, I like that because very easy to work out of gear because it's just kind of automatic. I think all service dogs eventually get that because dogs are very in tune with us and in tune with our environment. So it's actually very easy for them to learn kind of environmentals. Here, I don't do that. Here, I do. At the park, I can be crazy. We're going to play. We're going to run. Or if there's a favorite hiking spot you have that you take your dog, they know. Versus you go into the store, okay, we're here to train. Or when your dog's working. Working on, oh my gosh, I need to end this. Working on training, they know, okay, here I get treats. If I do this, I'm going to be good, kind of thing. Like I said, I like that. Simple, easy, dogs pick up on it really quickly. It's just a matter of consistency. What I don't like about that is, okay, I go to this park. Say I go to this park, it's a fun time, right? Local park, something like that. Maybe it's local, dog park. Dog park's a different subject, I know. But say I go to this place that's fun for my dog. My dog's off leash, it's fun. Then whatever happens, you go and you decide you want to do something different. Okay? You're just confusing the heck out of your dog. If your dog normally thinks they have fun there, and then you're asking them to work, They're going to be 1, confused, and 2, probably crazy because they anticipate it, right? You could also have the other way around, which I think it would be less likely. I can't think of a situation offhand. That would be that normally they're working and then you let them go play. Can't really think of a situation that. But a park's easy, right? I have my local park, and I let her be more of a dog there. We go fishing there. She can pull on the leash a little bit. She doesn't have to be in a heel. I'll have a toy for her. She doesn't have to be super. But 4th of July, they had a big live event. Same place, but I expected different from her. Big event, lots of people. I wanted her in a heel, acting like a service dog. So, same place, different standards. So, I do lie on that working command a lot, I would say. Actually, not really a lot. I would say normally my dog does by place, right? She understands place, and she knows the command enough that if I have to switch it on her, free versus working, then I can. So, yeah, I think that's it. I think I've rambled on enough. What do you guys think? What do you guys do? I want to know what you guys do. And really, as far as training a working command, you just got to be consistent and tell them the difference. Hey, working now. Nope, go free. Let's go play. You kind of have to project to your dog. Dogs are great at body language. They're great at picking up what your temperament is, what you are asking them to do. If you act more like loose and playful, you can get them to be playful. And if you're more strict and, hey, let's go. We're working. Yes, good job. Yes, good job. Oh, yeah, oh, let's play tug, right? It's different, right? Even though you're kind of up and, we're doing a heel, like, yes, good job, good focus, versus, oh, what's that ball? Yeah, get that ball, right? It's totally different mindset from me. So they pick up very highly on what we do. So as long as you model it, you're consistent, you can throw some keywords in there. Your dog will eventually learn locations. So I think all service dogs really have a little bit of everything. But what do you view your main working switch? How do you tell your dog on duty versus off duty? Love to see your comments in the comments down below. If you like this live, even though it was a little crazy, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and I hopefully will see you next week. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye! Say bye, Kenobi! All right, how do I turn this off?